Okay, so are you ready to unlock the vault?
Mm-hmm.
Because today we are diving deep into the world of big data.
Yeah.
But hold on, before you picture some impossible to crack code,
Right.
this one's all about how you can actually use it, even if you're not like a tech giant.
Yeah, what's so fascinating is how the game is changing. This valuable information was once totally locked away,
Right.
available only to those with the deepest pockets.
Yeah.
But now it's becoming accessible to everyone, including smaller businesses and individuals just like you listening.
I love that. And you know what's really interesting about our source material today?
Hmm.
It's actually notes and ideas for an educational product on this very topic.
Interesting.
So it's kind of like a behind-the-scenes look at how this information is being made accessible.
I like it.
And one of the most interesting things we found is the story of a digital marketer who spent years
Wow.
trying to figure out big data.
Yeah.
He was doing everything by the book, but never quite getting the results he was hoping for.
I like
It wasn't until he shifted his approach that things finally clicked.
And that's the case for so many people. We tend to really overcomplicate big data,
Yeah.
assuming it's this massive technical monster.
Yeah.
And while the data itself can be very complex, the real game changer is how much easier it's becoming to use it.
Totally. And the impact is measurable.
Yeah.
Imagine you're a local business owner and someone is searching online for a solution to a problem that your business solves. With the right data insights, your business could be the one they find the moment they need it.
Absolutely.
It's about being the right place at the right time, but in the digital world.
That's a great way to put it. What's changed is not just the volume of data,
Right.
but the ability to really access and act on the right data at the right time.
Right.
And increasingly, that data revolves around user intent, what people are actively searching for, engaging with online.
So interesting. So let's unpack what this data actually is.
Okay.
The source material mentions ad tech data, which honestly sounds a little intimidating.
It does sound more complicated than it needs to be.
Okay.
Basically, it's the same data that fuels those big budget ad campaigns you see from Fortune 500 companies. It's information about what people search for online, the websites they visit, the
Yeah.
products they click on. It's a goldmine of insight into online behavior.
And it's important to note that we're not talking about buying like some shady list of names, right?
Yes.
This is about accessing ethically sourced data from reputable providers.
Exactly.
That's where platforms like Audience Lab come in,
Right.
which the source material highlights as a game changer for smaller businesses.
Yeah, what's really remarkable about Audience Lab is that it acts as this self-serve data command center.
Okay.
Putting the power of this data directly in your hands, it's far more affordable than the enterprise-level solutions that were previously your only option.
Wow.
And it's designed to be surprisingly user-friendly.
Okay, that user-friendliness is key because data isn't much good if you can't actually understand it, let alone use it, right?
Exactly.
Speaking of using it,
Yeah.
how can this data actually make a difference for different types of businesses? Let's say you run an e-commerce store.
Okay.
How does this data give you an edge?
Well, one of the most powerful applications for e-commerce is something called a reactivation campaign.
Okay.
It sounds very technical,
Right.
but the concept is really pretty simple.
Okay.
Imagine someone's browsing your store, right? They add a few items to their cart,
Yeah.
but then they leave without buying anything.
Ugh, I hate when that happens.
Frustrating, right?
The worst.
Yeah.
So a reactivation campaign is about reeling them back in.
Exactly. With the right data,
Okay.
you can actually re-engage those potential customers before they even have a chance to forget about you.
Wow.
You can send them a personalized email reminding them of their cart, maybe offering a small discount or highlighting, the benefits of your products.
That makes total sense for e-commerce.
Right.
But what about something like a local business?
Sure.
Say a bakery
Okay.
looking to drum up more weekend customers.
Yeah.
How does this data help them?
That's a great example.
Yeah.
And it brings us to the power of hyper-targeted advertising.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about user intent?
Yes.
Let's say it's a Friday afternoon
Okay.
and someone's searching for best bakeries near me or weekend brunch spots.
Right.
Platforms like Facebook and Google
Uh-huh.
allow you to target ads based on incredibly specific information,
Wow.
including recent search history.
So instead of just showing your ad to like anyone in a 5-mile radius,
Yeah,
you're reaching people who've already expressed interest in what you offer.
Precisely. You're no longer just casting a wide net and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
You're putting your message in front of those most likely to actually walk through your door, increasing your chances of turning those clicks into actual customers.
I'm starting to see how powerful this can be for, like, all sorts of businesses, even beyond
Yeah,
e-commerce and local shops.
totally.
Um,
It's remarkable.
yeah, and the beauty is this isn't a one-and-done deal.
Right.
You can use data to continuously improve your strategies.
Absolutely.
The source material actually highlights a case study about a small business owner who used data to completely revamp their marketing efforts.
Wow.
They discovered that their target audience was different than they initially thought.
Interesting.
And by adjusting their messaging and targeting,
Yeah.
they saw a 40% increase in leads in just 3 months.
That's huge.
Right. That's a game changer.
That's amazing.
But I know what our listeners are thinking, because I was thinking the same thing earlier.
Okay.
This all sounds great, but what about the cost?
Yeah.
Data like this must be super expensive, right?
Well, transparency is key, and it's important to know that there are costs associated with accessing and utilizing this kind of data.
Right.
But the exciting thing is that it's becoming significantly more affordable,
Cool.
especially for smaller businesses.
Good.
We're not talking about, breaking the bank here.
That's really good to know.
Yeah,
And there's a range of options, right?
absolutely.
Depending on your needs and budget.
Of course.
We've already mentioned Audience Lab, which offers tiered pricing. But what other tools are out there?
Sure. So once you have insights about your audience,
Right.
you need tools to actually reach them.
Yeah.
For email marketing, there's MailChimp, Constant Contact, ConvertKit,
Uh-huh.
and many more.
Okay.
These platforms let you create and send targeted email campaigns,
Okay.
track how people are engaging with those emails,
Yeah.
and even automate some of the work.
And don't forget about the power of social media.
Oh, absolutely.
Platforms like Facebook and Instagram have incredibly powerful advertising platforms that let you target very specific groups of people.
It's amazing. And what's really powerful is that even without spending money on ads,
Right.
understanding your followers on social media
Okay.
can help you create content that they actually want to see.
So it's about using data to improve everything you do,
Yes,
from creating new products to crafting social media posts.
exactly.
Speaking of help,
Yeah.
I remember the source material for this episode also mentioned something called an outsource Rolodex. What's that all about?
Right. So that outsource Rolodex is a great resource for when you need an extra pair of hands. It's essentially a curated list of freelancers and agencies
Okay.
that specialize in data-driven marketing.
Got it.
They can help you with anything from analyzing your data
Okay.
to setting up and running your campaigns.
So it's like having a whole team of data experts at your fingertips
Yeah.
without having to hire them full-time. That's pretty cool. We've covered so much ground today.
Yeah.
It's amazing to think that this kind of data, which used to be reserved for like big corporations,
Right.
is now within reach for anyone with a laptop and a Wi-Fi connection.
It really is a game changer. And this is still just the beginning.
Right.
The technology is constantly evolving,
Yeah.
and the possibilities are pretty much endless.
It's almost like the Wild West of data out there.
It really is.
In a good way, of course.
Yeah.
Which brings us to our final thought.
Okay.
We love to end our deep dives with something that will, stay with you. Something that will get you thinking about how to apply all of this to your own life or business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what better food for thought than this? If you could harness the power of big data, what could you achieve?
I love that.
Yeah.
It's not about us telling you what to do
Mhm.
or how to run your business.
Right.
It's about empowering you with the knowledge and the tools to make your own decisions and see what's possible.
Exactly. The tools and the strategies we've talked about today
Yeah,
have the potential to change how you approach everything.
totally.
Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out, data can help you connect with your customers on a deeper level
Yeah.
and reach new heights.
So our challenge to you today
Okay.
is to take action.
I love it.
You don't have to do everything at once.
Right.
Even just picking one small thing to focus on
Mhm.
can make a difference.
Absolutely. And remember,
Yeah.
you're not alone in this.
Right?
There's a huge community of data enthusiasts,
Yeah.
entrepreneurs, innovators out there.
Right.
They're sharing their knowledge,
Yeah.
supporting each other, celebrating their successes.
It's true.
You can be a part of that too.
What a great note to end on.
Right.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the world of big data.
Yes.
We hope you've enjoyed the journey.
We hope so.
It was a good one. And until next time,
Until next time.
keep learning,
Keep growing.
keep growing, and most importantly,
Yes.
keep exploring the amazing potential of data.
It's out there waiting for you.
It's out there.